Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. This video is going to take a couple of videos. This is a PNG file and it's really fuzzy and she wants to print it. And it traces pretty well. Corel does not trace fonts. I mean, it's got problems like that. I just see if she can find out what font this is, because this would be really easy to do. The hardest part is going to be the time and the Christmas trees. I guess there's just one tree, which is kind of good. And I found a plaid fabric. I'm a little bit too big. Maybe I can try to find another one. But I'm just going to go through the steps, and the rest of the stuff is really pretty easy. So what we need to do, this is broken apart, but if you move it out of the way, it comes over there like that. So you make several copies of your item. Just hit the plus key and make several copies. Then what we're going to do is just take this and encompass this whole tree and just take it out of the way. Now, a couple of days ago, I would have done this differently, and then did something else and I thought about it. I would have deleted all these things. And even though there's not that many, it's, in case it was more, and those would be really easy to make. And it's got a little bit of trash outside the picture. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, if the more you can delete, the better, that you're gonna have to clean up. So we've got the tree, and you can see the problem with it. It's got whoop-de-doo nodes and broken parts. And so what we're going to do, let's see if that's not a piece that we can get rid of. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a rectangle and we're going to draw a rectangle over the whole thing and take the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to change the color to light blue, and I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to nudge it over, and then I'm going to fill that in and nudge it over. So that is my tree shape. And at this time, you could probably go through there and clean it up, but you could do it afterwards. So what we're going to do, we're going to go left click, right click. I normally do black, but I'm going to use red. Or I usually normally use red, but I'm going to use black. So I went to the internet and I found a plaid. I right clicked and I copied the image. I went back to Corel. I brought it into Corel. I right click and I pasted it, and you can see it's huge. And first of all, I'm going to crop out the vector. I didn't read, and it's if you're going to do it, you need to not either worry about it or not worry about it. I've never worried about it because you're on the internet. That might be a little bit closer, and you might be able to, all I did was search black and red plaid vector, and there's a lot of them. So you might be able to find one that's even smaller. And this is pretty much the easy part. So we have our shape of our tree, and we could actually make this quite a bit smaller, but we need to cover the entire tree. Yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit better. You don't want to stretch it this way, because then your squares would be off. You need to expand it this way. And all you do need to do is cover up the tree. We're a little bit off up top. That little bit of bottom part is okay, because we're going to want to fill that in with black anyway. Now you need to take your tree and go up to Object, Order, Front of Page for this to work. Then select it all and go up to Intersect and intersect it. And there's your tree. Now, my suggestion would be not to move it, to nudge it. So we're going to nudge it over. There's our tree in our outline. And by nudging it over, you got this right here, and we can take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in with black. And we could change that. Whenever you use the Smart Fill tool, especially in printing, I think you need to take that away, because you're actually going to have black on top of that blue. And at this time, we could see how jagged it is. We could take the Shape tool and just put these up and kind of cover up that plaid. Then we're going to take the shape the smoothing tool, if you have X7 or above, I've got it set pretty large, and just smooth those edges out. Well, I'm actually smoothing out I need to move the box out of the way. Yep, there it is. And it's amazing that the other part will work like this. And look at that. You just don't want to get, we can fix that. So just go all the way around the tree, and, you could get back to your shape tool and put that back, and just, you don't want your nib size to be so big that when you touch over here that you're going to touch that trunk. And look at that difference. I mean, and it's still all plaid. Now we got a little bit of a hiccup there, and I think in printing, much like engraving, everything needs to be perfect, because that would show up. And you could take out that, little plaid part there by clicking on there and putting it up. Whoop. For some reason, you grab it wrong, and it does that every once in a while. And then bring this out even more. You can make your trunk a little bit bigger. That line is not going to show, and that looks pretty good. But just go around the tree, and I'm going to try to, if she gets back to me on the phone, or I've got a couple busy days here. I'm out of town, and I'm doing this in a hotel room because I love doing it. And see how you can make that work, and that'll print perfectly. And just go around the parts that are kind of broken, like right there. The smoothing tool is going to take that out. I mean, it's pretty amazing what it can do. You could actually make it a little bit smaller, and even after you're done, you could go over the whole entire tree again. But I would definitely zoom in and walk through the whole tree. Anyway, if I get any more information, I'll do part 2. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.